So indigenous cultures, they, yes, they had this closeness to nature, etc., and they had no choice. We have to reinvent that. It's quite interesting, to reinvent being close to nature. It has its major challenges. And we have to internally transform ourselves again. And there's lots of challenges, that you'll be confronted with, even in this course, to do that. Right? But as I was saying, it's very practical. The philosophy is very practical. So out of the Taoist philosophy, we had acupuncture, which is the study of the meridians and the study of the way heaven and earth operate. Okay, so we'll be looking at that this morning. And of course, Chinese herbs, again based on yin and yang, and the 5 elements. So in this module, you'll be getting a really good grounding in the 5 elements. Now, the 5 elements we use extensively in Chinese medicine and in acupuncture. You even have the 5 element points between here and here, and here and here in acupuncture. So you'll be learning how to use them in terms of the environment, in terms of design, in terms of colors and shapes, and how that also relates back to the organs of the body and seasons. So the 5 elements is a beautiful framework of mind, body and spirit, and also the pattern of nature. So the paradigm of this course is we are the universe. We're a microcosm of a macrocosm. Now that's easy for me to say, so I've kind of got to prove it in a way. And the only tools that I've got to prove things, being a Taoist teacher, are heaven and earth, qi energy, the concepts of yin and yang, and the 5 elements. That's all I've got to play with. And just those things alone, we can really investigate the universe that we live in and our relationship to the environment. So, Feng Shui's had a very interesting history. So it's like 5,000–6,000 years old. In India, this tradition was called Vastu Sastra. So there's 2 very interesting cultures, in the East, India and China, because they started to get really good at what they were doing. Right? Just look at the temples, etc. Right? And they started to write about it and intellectualize about it. Other cultures, in the meantime, were doing beautiful feng shui, beautiful organic designs and beautiful homes, etc., and living close to nature. But they didn't start to energetically denote things or write things, whereas the Indian and the Chinese culture did that very, very well. And of course we did that in the West. Now in the West, this kind of energy work with design and the environment and understanding our relationship to the universe is called sacred geometry. So that's actually our Western feng shui. Also, geomancy. Geomancy is a term that's like the study of the earth, the study of the energy of the earth. So you might have come across dowsing, people going out finding water and reading the land in terms of its response to the body using a dowsing stick. So that's very much our European tradition. But of course, indigenous people all over the world had that very, very strong. They understood that there was certain places on the planet that had a more stronger feeling and a more stronger vibration to it. And then other places that the tribe would say, no, don't bother going there. In fact, it's a little negative there, right? So indigenous people had an incredible sensitivity to energy, to qi. So of course, part of this course is you've got to, tune yourself up a little bit to be able to, just get a little bit more sensitive to that as well. So that's why we do talk about, I weave in some lifestyle strategies about how to keep your own health strong and vital, and so you don't have to waste time with illnesses and sicknesses, right? Quite frankly, that's the longevity diet. So we'll be weaving some principles of that in, and introducing you to a few little foods, especially as we go through the 5 elements. Right? And it's a very flexible, it's not even a diet, it's just about, foods that just support the body, and then you choose what, you crave and what you suit, but you'll learn how to eat a little bit more with the seasons, and you'll learn about certain lifestyle and habits that are just very, very negative on your energy, including, of course, electromagnetic fields, something that we've become very, very aware of in Feng Shui, and the Feng Shui movement has been propagating this awareness for many years now, many decades. Modern people are very casual about microwave ovens, which I'll be talking about in a day or two when we examine, the ideal kitchen and the ideal bedroom and the living room. I'll talk more about it then. Modern people are very casual about, they recharge their cell phone right next to their pillow at night. Seriously. And they're constantly plugged in now, constantly plugged into all of these radiations and electromagnetic fields.
Your phone on you?
Well, we're modern people, so I've got a cell phone, but the idea is to just carry it in your bag, not your body, and never around your heart. I mean, your heart is a major voltage gravity generator. Right? And you don't want those frequencies around your upper body or even your lower body. So the further away the better, right? But the point I'm making, at least at night, you turn it off and you don't have it around your bed. Now, all of these things, of course, we're going into detail. I'm just giving you a little bit of an overview of what makes our work powerful, what makes our work helpful to other people, what makes these studies very pertinent to the times that we live in. People need this advice in their life. So not just for the Feng Shui stuff, but also the health advice that you can give them. A few sentences from you, if somebody's ready to listen, can go a long way in helping their destiny. Destiny is a big word for us in Feng Shui. Basically, in Taoism we study health and Feng Shui and exercise and all of that to improve our destiny. That's the bottom line. To improve your awareness, to improve your consciousness, but to have more control of your destiny. We want to have nice Feng Shui in a house because it helps our what? Destiny. We don't really want to get disease and have negative relationships and be feeling stuck and unfulfilled in life. Nobody wants that, right? We want a life that's interesting and fulfilled, and an environment that supports you, that doesn't go against you. So the work of the Feng Shui practitioner is to create energy flow and harmony, and some kind of increase the vibrational level, and to increase you become an educationalist, right? Your role as a practitioner, you educate people on things that they can do themselves to empower their life. And yes, we move furniture around, and we put up crystals, and we put in water places, and we knock down walls, and and we get involved with design. So there is quite a strong theme in this course about design, applying these principles to design. So you might be involved with somebody building a new house or renovating, right? So constantly when I go through the material, I'm saying, well, you can apply it like this if the house is already built, right? Or these principles you could apply it like this if you're involved with a house that hasn't been built yet, but you're involved with the planning side. And of course, as Feng Shui practitioners, that's a lot of fun for us to be because we're always patching things up, right? We're always going like, why did the architect do this? Bless you souls, architects, we love you, but sometimes, putting pillars in fronts of doors and staircases, and corners, and, it's a little bit, kind of frustrating because it becomes constitutional. You can't knock it down, etc. So we've got to get imaginative. You got to exercise your lateral thinking in the sense like, well, how can I make it feel different? Even though I can't get rid of this corner, can I put some plants there? Can I put some artwork? Can I change the lighting so that feeling is different?